What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the OG family. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to my channel only if you want to. But look, my beautiful people, we on our way to 1 million subscribers, man, in the next like fucking 15 years. But look, because y'all taking so long, but look, let's get into this video right here, man. We got the top 10 strange experimental communities that are too good to be true. You know, it's always something that's too, man, if it sounds too good to be true, and that saying is very correct, it usually is, man. If a girl, I'm gonna stop my jokes today. I'm gonna keep them to myself, y'all. We just gonna get into this video, man. If y'all not having a good day, just know, man, on my channel, everybody have a good day. Because, you know what I'm saying, we just do nothing but spread positive energy over here, man. And let's just hop into this video right here without further ado, people. Let's get it.
Imagine living in a town with no government, no laws, no money, and no fighting. Just peace and harmony. How would you feel? Well, turns out there are towns like this that actually exist. However, as great as they seem, some have a secret dark side. So let's talk about these and more only in today's video. Starting off this countdown, we have AUROVILLE, otherwise known as the City of Dawn. AUROVILLE was meant to be a town where men and women from all over the world could come to live in peace and harmony. It was supposed to promote human unity. This town had no money, government, religion, you name it. So it seems like a dream place to live.
Man, they worshiping aliens. You see the way that's built? Stop playing.
Right? No fighting, no having to worry about money. Well, after a while, the town had problems with theft and harassment. People were taking advantage of other people, some were even murdering others. Cause hey, no laws means killing is legal, right? Not really. So yeah, let's just say it didn't go according to plan. Looks like humans are incapable of living in peace. In our 9th spot, we have ORDOS, China. ORDOS was once a very popular city with a population of 100,000 people. But nowadays, the city is a complete ghost town. So basically, in the early 2000s, the Chinese government invested billions of dollars to construct this community. But since it took so much to build the city, that meant that the property values were very high. So not a lot of people wanted to move in. This is one of the things that contributed to its downfall. In fact, this is said to be the most famous ghost city in China and the world's largest ghost town. The city was built for 300,000 people, but only 70,000 ended up moving to live there. Then, after running out of funding, construction of the city just stopped. So nowadays, there's just tons of unfinished and empty apartments and no one no longer lives there. In our 8th...
Everybody moved? Son, like... What? I bet.
Spot, we have Freetown, Christiania. Located in its own neighborhood in Copenhagen, this town was founded in 1971 by Jacob Ludvigsen. Jacob was a strong believer of the free love movement, so he wanted to build a society from scratch that would focus on free love and that would help with the psychological and physical health of its residents. But soon after, drugs became a huge problem in the town. People were selling and buying hardcore drugs there. Then, as drug use increased, the amount of crime increased too. Surprisingly, the town is still around today though. It thrives off of tourism and by hosting local events.
And drugs, you feel me? Like, come on, man. Y'all let drugs like destroy your neighborhoods, and after y'all done seen what happened to black people, y'all just look. That wasn't a black neighborhood because we wasn't gonna start no shit like that. But that's crazy, bro.
Again, at number 7, we have PENEDO, Brazil. In 1929, this town was founded after a group of Finnish settlers moved from Finland to Brazil. With the help of a pastor, they created this town. Apparently, the pastor was convinced that God wanted him to start a Finnish utopia in the tropics. Kind of specific, but okay. So that's what they did. But they also had a strict set of rules. People that lived there couldn't drink, they couldn't smoke, they had to be vegan, plus they had to work every day but didn't receive pay. Surprisingly, this town ran until 1942. Then people were like, okay, we can't run a town without money. So they decided to let tourists come into the town. But as soon as tourism took over, the town began to fall apart. In our 6th spot, we have ARCOS.
What? Y'all had so many rules, bro. Like, it's all of the rules that y'all had, it just disqualified me from even being there. That's crazy. Who the hell is working for free?
ARCOSANTI is an experimental town built in 1970 in the desert close to Phoenix. It was built by a man named Paolo Soleri, an architect. This town was created to see if it was possible for humans to live in harmony with the environment and, not kill it like we currently are. So for example, the buildings were solar powered for heating and cooling and electricity. Paulo's goal for this community was also to teach people how to build houses like these so that they could live a more eco-friendly life. But after his passing, Paulo's daughter came forward saying that he was a very bad man. When she was younger, he would take advantage of her and do really sick things to her. When word got out, people were disgusted and some even left the town. We're now at our fifth and
And you know what's crazy though? I love architecture and stuff. And I was just like, yo, I gotta goddamn write this one right here down because I want to go visit because it looked pretty cool. But that just ruined it, bro. That shit right there, like, it's crazy.
Halfway mark with FINDHORN Eco Community. This is a community that was founded on the principles of sustainability and renewable energy. Located in Scotland, the concept for this community was come up with in the 1960s, but it wasn't until 1982 that they had it all in motion. To this day, this community is known to have the smallest environmental footprint of any town in the modern world. For example, some houses were literally built from recycled materials like whiskey barrels, and they use algae, snails, and plants to purify their drinking supply. Seems pretty great, right? Well, yeah.
Absolutely not! What? You know what? I don't need no... How is that purified? They water is coming out slushy. They cleaning it with snails and stuff. Like, bro, shall we move on? I'm disqualified from this one either. Let me know which one of these y'all can live in by far. Like, which one is y'all number one? Like, you can go there. Which one is y'all number one that you feel safe in? I don't feel safe in this one. They drinking slug water.
Until just recently when a resident was fed up and set a fire in the community. The fire ended up causing 400,000 pounds of damage to the area. So let's just say that was a pretty big scandal for them. Oh. Moving on to number 4, we have the Federation of DAMAN. The Federation of DAMAN is a utopian commune located in Italy. It was created in the 70s by a man named Oberto and some of his followers. It started off small, but now there are at least 800 people living there, which is a pretty impressive number. The community considered themselves the collective dream. They focused on artistic expression and optimism and meditation, but apparently it's a very culty place to live. If you want to join the community, you need to give up your name and be assigned another one. You also need to give up your identity and find a new personality. You need to abandon your family and not have contact with them, and you need to have total obedience to the community's leaders. Plus, you're not allowed to stand up to leaders or criticize them.
What is his name? Manson? Marilyn, like, that's crazy. And look at they stupid asses. I said that, yeah, I said it, and what? Dumb as hell. That's dumb. That's crazy.
Doesn't seem like a great place to live after all, does it? No, in our third spot, we have the farm. The farm commune in Tennessee was formed during the hippie movement when people were like, nah, screw this, let's just make our own community. It was formed by Stephen Gaskin, a creative writing teacher from San Francisco. He's known for gathering a bunch of people and leading them to the farm. It's a 1,000-acre piece of land from a former cattle ranch. Before he knew it, he had over 1,000 people living there. But in order to get in, you have to take a vow of poverty and you had to promise not to smoke, drink, or consume any animal products. On top of that, they live pretty environmentally friendly, getting their power through solar panels and such. But soon, the community turned pretty culty. It then faced a number of problems that drove...
Did that not sound like it had cult written all over it? Like, are we tripping?
About some members, like they were bad with money management and the leaders had a bad ego, and some say it felt like living in a bubble. Moving on to number 2, we have the ONEIDA colony. This community started in 1842 in New York by John Humphrey. He was a practitioner of perfectionism, which basically surrounds the concept that Jesus had already returned and it was up to us to create a paradise on earth. So the community started as a small group of 80 people, but quickly it doubled in size. By 1880, there were 350 people living there. All members would live in a huge mansion and would work together. Now here's all the controversy.
That's crazy. Like, you know, I like people, but I don't like people that much. You feel me? While I'm living in this damn one mansion with you, all you, and your problems. Shit.
Aspects of this
Never
community.
make it.
For starters, members were regularly brought in front of judges who would list all their flaws and then they were expected to fix them. Then you have the fact that you weren't allowed to be in a single relationship while being there. Instead, all members were married to each other and they would often just swap partners. Now, why was this a thing? Well, John the leader wanted his members to breed to create a super race. In the end, John was arrested for taking advantage of some of the members, and without him leading the community, it fell apart. And in our number one spot today,
of course he was taking advantage of the community. Did you hear what the man was saying and y'all was just switching? I can't fall in love, bro, and like keep her with me. Like, you gotta want the vagina too. Like, I don't want to share. I don't like to share my vagina. I like to put my vagina right here in my pocket. Zip it up. You know, keep it with me.
we have Pullman, Illinois. This was a town created by George Pullman. In 1880, he purchased thousands of acres of land and was like, let's build a community for workers. So he built a miniature town and built a factory in the town. He thought this would entice the workers, like, hey, work for me and you have a nice town that you can live in. And for the first few years, this town was very successful, and it won a bunch of awards for being the best place to live. But eventually, the sinister intentions of George were revealed. This dude banned a lot of things in this town, and he was like a dictator. On a regular, he had people inspect the workers' homes to make sure they were clean and undamaged. In 1894, he lowered the workers' wages, and they got violent. They started a huge strike that had to be broke up by the American military. After that, the government banned this town. They're like, it's very un-American. Literally, that's a quote from them. All right, guys, and that's all for today's video.
Oh man, that's so American, you know? That's crazy, man. I'm just gonna shut the hell up. Woo, cause I live here. But at the end of the day, you know, look, man, that's crazy. I couldn't live nowhere in none of those, obviously, man, from this video. Let me know in the comments down below which was the worst one for y'all. I think all of them equally for me. All that shit is bad. Like, that's terrible. And that's why we have to have regulations and government and stuff, because, you know, this shit doesn't work out, obviously. But look, man, let me know if y'all enjoyed this video, what videos y'all want to see next, and I'll be for sure to do that. Make sure y'all catch my streams when I go live. Make sure that y'all come in and check on your boy. And make sure y'all hit that vlog channel, gaming channel down below, because it's going down. Vlogmas is about to commence, people. But look, man, I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Like I always say, I said it backwards. Mama's going to get the hell up off of here today.